Hello, friends. Sorry I'm posting so much today, but somebody asked after I mentioned junk journaling in today's Sparks Antique Market haul video. Somebody asked about junk journaling, and I had shared this a little bit ago, but I don't think I put a title on it maybe. So I do junk journaling, but I do not have pretty handwriting. Mine is not fancy, but I thought I would share in case, again, the goal of this is just if I can do it, anybody can do it, and it's also a very low low point of entry because there's a lot of people who junk journal on Instagram and TikTok, and it's all of their things are very beautiful. Mine is not. Mine is literally just whatever I find around, and I mostly do it after trips, but I thought I would share, and then I was working on a little bit from my last couple of trips, and so I thought I would share. So I started this, I guess, not quite a year ago, and we take a lot of trips to Disney, so I just started gathering up ephemera and putting it in my notebook. So, this is a little map from Pirates of the Caribbean. I took notes on what we'd done when we stayed at the Dolphin. I bought some things and I just paste things in here, really, whatever we've done. So last year we went to the Christmas party. I bought something from Lily Pulitzer, so I put that in there. And, just again, whatever we've got going on. And then, a little card. So I've been so this was a little trip that we took to Springfield, and we always stop at Osceola Cheese. This is my favorite bluegrass band. So whatever we've done, I just try to remember to gather up ephemera and put it in my notebook. So this is what I do. And so this is from a trip in April, and this was a trip, our last trip in June, and then this was, but anyway, so this was a trip that we, over the 4th of July, when we went to Kentucky, and then I also included the fibers from what I was needlepointing on that trip, and we went to National Park. All right, so this was, a couple weeks ago I went to New Orleans on a work trip, and so I gathered up some stuff for my trip to Yvonne LaFleur's. And so what I wanted to do this evening, I had delayed intelligence. She's got so much purple in her store, and she loves violet, so I wanted to go in and just watercolor a little bit around here. So that's really why I was going to post, is just to show you what I was doing. And so I wish I'd thought to do it before I glued everything down, but this is pretty typical of me. I don't have a plan. I just glue things down. So this was our 4 parks in one day trip last Saturday, and we stayed at the Dolphin, and then on Sunday we went back to Animal Kingdom, and I thought I had my Affogato piece of paper, but I can't find it. So, and then on Sunday night we went to the Halloween party, and so I just took some of the candy wrappers, and then on Monday we went back to Epcot. So those are the kinds of things that I glue in, but I was just going to do a little bit of watercolor again on this New Orleans page. So let me see if I can get you oriented, and I'll just show you what I'm doing. So my kids got me this watercolor set off of Instagram a couple years ago for Christmas, and I've really enjoyed this little set. I'm not a painter at all. I just sorry, let me see if I can get you turned around here. So I just fiddle. I was just going to get some purple going here and just really just do some wash around around because, again, I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't, and just wanted to add some color to this page, since that was such a good memory of going to Yvonne LaFleur's shop, and so much of what she does is got a lavender theme. So I just wanted to add some color to this page, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe it in here. Just not professional at all. And let's try to get some gradation a little bit. So that's all I'm doing. So if you are interested in junk journaling, there's a lot of people who really do amazing things. I am not one of those. I just do it for fun and to just give myself something to remember my trips and go back and look at. So you can definitely get as fancy as you want to, but the only reason I'm sharing really is because for the longest time I was so intimidated to start because I'm not artistic. I can't draw. I have really bad handwriting. And so every time I would look at people's online, it was really intimidating. And so I just didn't even want to start. But at the same time, I wanted to have it. I've always been a scrapbooker and sort of a sentimental person. And so I just love the idea of gathering up, ephemera and keeping it for something to look back on for my trips. And so finally, I just decided that I would just start. And so what I did is I ended up getting a different notebook, and that I didn't really care about, because part of it was also if I was afraid to use my nice stuff and mess it up. And so finally I was just like, well, I'll just use a different notebook that doesn't count and see how that works for me. And that actually freed me up a little bit, because then I realized that it doesn't really matter. It's really just, it's fun to see, some of the stuff and go back and remember your trip. So once I had just essentially started, then it felt doable. So all of that to say, if you want to start, just try it. Just do it. It's really for your enjoyment only. And so it doesn't really matter. So that's what I'm working on. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do as well. So it does not have to be perfect to be, pretty and contribute to your joy. So I am definitely not artistic, and mine is not pretty, but it brings me happiness and joy. So I encourage you to do the same. All right, that's it. I'm just going to paint this, let it dry, and it's not well done, but I don't care. It's really just get some color on the page and add some color. So that's what I've done. All right. Thanks for coming along. And I hope you're doing something creative, and I encourage you to give it a try. If you've wanted to do junk journaling, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Thanks so much. Have a great night. All right. And then that's it. That's how it's done. It's not great, but I just love watercolor and the way that it just sort of has gradations. So I'm happy with it. It's good. I should do that more often, and hopefully next time before I've put other papers down. So I like the purple on there. So that's it. Thanks for coming along. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye.